If you want to design e-learning scenarios, don't forget about the gameplay mechanics. Which probably makes you wonder, what are gameplay mechanics? Well, we're going to get to that in a second. But first, let's get on the same page about scenario-based e-learning. For me, scenario-based e-learning is simply an elegant construction of sequenced multiple choice questions. Choice being at the heart of it all. Now, I'm not going to get all philosophical. Okay, maybe a little bit. Aristotle said, excellence is never an accident. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. 2,000 years later, Viktor Frankl, author of Man's Search for Meaning, said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. So when you design scenarios, you're attempting to simulate the sequence of choices to achieve a desired outcome. But is choice the end-all be-all? Yes and no. Choice is a first principle and a core mechanic, but you should also consider other mechanics. And no, I'm not talking about gameplay mechanics like this madness. Our work is about reality and understanding the context and unique dynamics of a situation. Imagine a de-escalation scenario. Well, is it de-escalation in healthcare? De-escalation in law enforcement? De-escalation in academia? De-escalating thoughts of suicide? De-escalating an angry customer? Or de-escalating a celebrity at the Oscars?
That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
My point is, each de-escalation scenario is unique and will play out differently, beyond just choices. Here are 3 e-learning examples. In an e-learning scenario about cultural competence by Doug Nelson and his company Connection, you play the role of an advisor to a new and nervous lieutenant. You help the lieutenant choose what to say. But in one particular scenario, a notification pops up that says, the lieutenant doesn't like your explanation and makes his own decision. This is a unique mechanic for this experience because this is what happens in real life. You advise someone, but oftentimes they don't listen to you. Another example is my own updated broken coworker. You're learning how to deal with an office bully. And if you progress throughout the day, a single choice is presented to assert a more confident presence. This doesn't make the next scenario any easier, but it does reveal character transformation as you progress. For an e-learning scenario I designed for a nonprofit client, there was a unique scenario that involved going to an annual dinner gala. It was a significant decision whether to attend or not, and choosing not to go had serious consequences later on. And so the uniqueness of this scenario forced me to consider other gameplay mechanics. So beyond just the choices of your scenario-based e-learning, you have to consider the essential experience. Ask yourself these 2 questions. What is essential to the experience? And how can my e-learning scenario simulate that essence? Post comments below. Tell me what you thought if you enjoyed this video. And also hit that like button, subscribe, and share. And thank you very much. Have a good one.